Hi, this is Lucy at Pilates Birmingham. This video is on the isometric hip flexor exercise, and I'm making this video because it's been requested. A lot of you find this exercise really difficult, so I'm going to break it down into some stages that make it a bit more manageable so you can get stronger in the exercise. But also I'm going to explain a little bit about why this exercise is so difficult. So isometric exercises are more difficult generally anyway. When we're training the body, we are usually extending and contracting the muscles as we strengthen the muscle. But when we're doing isometric exercises, instead of contracting and extending, we're holding the muscle in an elongated place and we're strengthening in that place. So we're working the whole length of the muscle, we're working tendons and ligaments as well. And this exercise does get really difficult because muscle fascia comes into play with it as well, which I'll go into a little bit in a moment. So let's come down and have a look at the exercise. We'll come down with a Pilates mind as usual. We'll set the feet, toes in line with the heels. You can hold behind the thigh as a bit of an extra support, or you can take your hands forward and just imprinting the spine down. We're just placing each vertebrae down, resting your arms, relax your shoulders back and bring your feet a bit closer to the bottom. So let's do the exercise in full posture first of all, and then I'm going to break it down and say a bit more about it. So tilting the pelvis back, posterior tilt on the pelvis. We're going to work the lower back down into the mat. We're going to do our zipping up with our abdominals, so pulling our navel back towards our spine. We're going to try and keep this posterior tilt on the pelvis as we straighten our left leg. You're pressing through your heel, your foot is active, your toes are turning back towards your knee, and you're pressing the back of your knee down into the mat. So this is a strong, active position in the leg. It's not just floppy and relaxed. Keeping that tilt back on the pelvis, navel to spine, we're going to pick up our right leg into a tabletop position, and then we're going to get our right hand and press our right hand onto the right leg. Don't push on your knee joint, come onto the quadricep, fleshy part of the leg, and press onto the thigh. It's a feeling like we're trying to bring this leg towards us and we're resisting it by pressing the hand into the leg. So it might not look like I'm doing very much, but this is a really activated position. And if you don't feel like you're activated, you're not set up in the exercise correctly. So you're really pressing your back down. Good navel to spine, abdominals are strong. We've got a strong position here in the leg. This knee is coming towards us. We're resisting it by strong press with the hand, and we're pressing the back of the knee down into the mat. Lateral breathing. So if you feel strong in the exercise, you can lift your left leg and hover. If you lift the left leg and you start to lose the press between your right hand and your right leg, pop it back down. If you lift the left leg and you start to arch the back, then pop it back down. So we need to keep that really strong. And then if you feel strong there, you can do your little pulses. Again, it's those same things. This press needs to be strong. The back needs to be down. The navel to spine engaged. Let's just do a couple more. Take a break. Rock the knees in. We'll do that in full posture on the other side first. So pop your feet down onto the mat, and this time let's tilt the pelvis back, press the back down, navel to spine. We'll straighten the right leg, press through your heel, turn the toes back towards the knee, press the back of the knee into the mat. This is a strong position on its own, it's not relaxed. Keep that press down with the back, Bring your left knee up into tabletop. Press your left hand onto your left leg. Press, press. It's that feeling like you're trying to bring this leg towards you and you're resisting it by pressing your hand into your leg. Again, you need to be strong in 3 areas before you move on. This press needs to be strong. The back needs to be down into the mat nice and strong, and your zip up and hollow navel to spine needs to be strong. If you're strong in all 3 of those places, lift up and hover that right leg. And again, just double check you're pressing down, your navel to spine, and you're pressing on that leg. And then you can pulse if you're strong there. Last couple. And take a break. So what I hear a lot of people saying when they do this exercise, and I know because it is a hard exercise to do, what usually happens, we can get strong with the legs straight and here and press. We can be pushing down the back of the knee, navel to spine. We can get a good strong press here. But then as soon as you start to lift up the leg, the lower back either lifts up and you get this space here, or you lose the grip between your hand and your leg and this gets soft and relaxed here. So what we're going to do, because of the way the fascia works in the body, we get a lot of cross movements through the torso. So sometimes when you're trying to push with one hand, you don't feel like you've got the strength to do that. So we're going to try it with 2 hands. We'll straighten the left leg, press through the heel, press the back of the knee down, press your back down into the mat, get yourself set up navel to spine, bring your right leg up into tabletop. So we'll bring the right hand on first, so we're pressing with that right hand, and then we're going to bring the left hand in on top of the right hand. So we've got 2 hands to push with. So you can get stronger in that position there because you've got both of your pathways activated. If you still feel from that position that when you lift up your leg into a hover position that your back starts to arch, or you lose this tension between the hand and the leg, bend your knee in a little bit. You can also bring your tabletop leg in a little bit so you can be here and work a hover from there instead. So you're just trying to get stronger in each stage of the exercise. So again, when you feel like you can do this hover in this position with the knee bent, this knee closer and both hands pushing onto the leg, you can maybe start to do some pulses from that position there. So you can keep that bend in the knee, it helps you keep your back down into the mat, and just making sure when you're doing those pulses that you're moving from your hip joint, you're not moving your lower leg. So we're not bending the knee, we're moving from the hip joint. So this is a lighter version. I say a lighter version, it's still really challenging. I can feel my muscles really shaking doing that there. But it's a more manageable way of coming into the exercise and getting stronger so that you can then start to straighten the leg and take your tabletop a little bit further back. So let's do that on the other side. We'll even it out and you can see what it looks like on the other side. So we'll pop the feet back down again, and then we'll do our posterior tilt on the pelvis, press the back down, straighten your right leg, active with that leg, press through the heel, press the back of the knee down into the mat, bring your left leg up into tabletop, left hand onto the left leg, press, press, press. We're going to bring our right hand in on top of that left hand and keep that press. So when you've got the both hands there, it makes it easier to really focus on doing that position. So you're pressing down with your back. When you've just got the one hand, you're sort of really struggling to just push and press down the back. So sometimes you end up lifting up a bit here. So when you bring that other hand in, press, resist, and then press that back right down into the mat. So if you want to take it to the next stage, instead of just lifting up and hovering from here where the back will often arch out again, press that back down. You can bring this knee in that we're putting the resistance on, we can bring it in a little bit further, and you can bend the knee as you lift up the leg. And you'll feel instantly it's easier to press the back down. And with this knee closer towards us as well, it's easier to get that strong press. So start there. And once you feel strong there, you can do little pulses. So remember, those pulses are moving from the hip joint. We're not doing this with the knee. So the knee is still, we're pulsing from the hip joint, and just keep in your mind, tracking through the body. Am I pressing my back down? Am I keeping that strong press onto the leg? Am I keeping that navel to spine? That's good. I hope that's helped give you some options to modify the exercise so that you can get stronger. And do get in touch with me if there are more videos you'd like me to make. I really enjoy doing these request ones, particularly because I know you're finding them helpful. So do get in touch if there's something you'd like me to make a video on. And remember, I'm still doing online Pilates classes and personal training, and I'm still putting out a weekly full class in my members area. So do get in touch for details on that, and there's an email address in the comments below, so do get in touch with me and we can communicate. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again soon.